Vanakkam, Namaskar, and welcome to all the viewers and listeners of this episode of Fixed Income Markets with Sundar Mutual Fund. This month is all about the budget in India and monetary policy decisions in United States, Japan, and China. We would say Indian budget was a continuation of policies of the current ruling dispensation with a tadka of coalition politics. Key takeaways for FI markets will be a strong resolve for fiscal consolidation by lowering the fiscal deficit target to 4.9% from an already lower target of 5.1% in the interim budget after getting a bonanza in terms of RBI dividend. Assumption of 10.5% nominal GDP growth looks quite credible and tax buoyancy of 1.12 with overall taxes growing at 11.8%. Personal income tax growth is assumed at 16.6%, while corporate tax growth at nominal GDP level of 10.5%. Government has preferred to borrow from the markets on a gross basis rupees 14.72 lakh crores, while net is rupees 11.63 lakh crores, and dipping into small savings to finance the rest, typical of the way they have been financing the fiscal deficit. With inclusion of India in global bond indices, the demand supply situation is skewed in favor of demand for Indian bonds, assuming no surprises. The yields are looking to gradually move southwards as global and local macros turn more bond benign. In the upcoming policy, we expect the MPC to remain on hold and maintain withdrawal accommodation stance at full inflation remains the stumbling block. Having said that, good rains will increase the soil moisture and result in healthy reservoir levels, resulting in good winter crop, helping in alleviating food inflation. We think that MPC is likely to act with a lag after taking inputs on global central bank action, in particular USA and China. Our view is that INR is likely to remain competitive vis-a-vis basket of competing currencies to maintain a balance between imported inflation and exports. Any significant weakening of yuan can result in response from RBI. On the global front, US economy continues to be resilient, although there has been an uptick in the unemployment rate, which in the recent policy decision, FOMC has alluded as more balance between inflation and unemployment, the dual mandate. And with the incoming data, a future response will be appropriate. This is being read by the market as a rate cut in September policy. Although without denying it, the Federal Reserve Chair has spoken about how it has achieved soft landing. In Japan, the BOJ surprised the markets by raising the rate to 0.25%, although the market was expecting this, but a full quantum of 0.25% was not expected, and winding down the bond purchases to 3 trillion yen per month from 6 trillion yen from January 2026 to March 2026 quarter. China has been battling with real estate crisis and they lowered down the 5-year loan prime rate by 25 basis points to invigorate the real estate market without changing the 1-year rate. 1-year medium term policy rate was reduced by 20 basis points. We have seen People's Bank of China in the recent past resorting to series of measures on liquidity and rates to pump prime the economy. But since a large portion of wealth of Chinese is stuck in real estate, they are loath to spend. This is making it difficult for the authorities to propel a quick recovery in the economic growth. Liquidity in India continues to be managed by the central bank as the government spending has picked up, and from deficit of rupees 54,000 crores in June post election, the system has entered surplus liquidity of rupees 1.08 lakh crores as on end of July. The RBI has been nimble to keep the overnight rate anchored to the repo rate of 6.5% by conducting term repos operations on both sides. This has helped keep the money market rates largely stable, while T-bill rates have fallen on account of reduced supply, as government has preferred cutting short-term borrowing rather than reduce long-term borrowings. Geopolitical events till date have been assimilated well by the market without any major reactions, but still hold the maximum risk due to uncertainty. Right away from Russia invading Ukraine to the US president bowing out of the presidential race, has been taken well by the global market. Nonetheless, we should be wary of such risks which have the potential to escalate on a larger scale. Taking all these factors into account and looking at the resilient Indian economy and the balance of growth and inflation as alluded by the governor, MPC is likely to focus on inflation to address it durably before joining the other nations in lowering the key rate in the economy. India's budget offers the resolve to consolidate the fiscal deficit of Government of India, with inflation largely stable to declining and growth moderating. Bonds are likely to find favor with investors, and in India, where volatility in rates is high due to the structural nature of the twin deficits, namely current account and fiscal account, we favor medium duration funds to play the rate cut cycle, giving a better risk adjusted return for the investors. Funds which qualify for this are Sundaram Short Term Fund, Sundaram Banking PSU Fund, and Sundaram Corporate Bond Fund. For cash management and duration matching in shorter tenor, investors can choose Sundaram Overnight Fund, Sundaram Liquid Fund, Sundaram Ultra Short Term Fund, Sundaram Money Market Fund, and Sundaram Low Duration Fund. Savvy investors can continue to take exposure in longer duration fund with cutting exposure as the rate view plays out. Thank you for joining us and see you in the next episode.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.